How's it going, YouTube? I'm back with another video, and this time I'm giving you my Darkest Diabolos deck profile. I actually forgot that I didn't actually profile this, and only showed it in a duel. So I thought I'd give you the deck profile, and also the reason why I'm a week behind and didn't upload last week's video is because I've been neck deep in doing things like going to interviews for my next college year, and also sorting out things like in other interviews and applications for CBTs and stuff like that. So I've been quite busy with things, and as well as I've got to go to another thing today, but I managed to find some time to make this video, and this is it's an alright choice for the meta. You can like hurt some of the meta with Eradicator to cause spells against Sky Strikers and stuff, but it's not really about competitiveness. This is just a fun deck to play. It can do well if you practice the deck and know what to call and stuff like that. So the deck does take a lot of practice, but I thought I'd show you how I play them. So to start off the profile, you have to run 3 of your main boss monster, Diabolos, Darkest Diabolos, Lord of the Lair. Now, a lot of people know what this guy does. If you tribute a dark monster in your field, you get special summon from the graveyard or the hand, and as well as you contribute 1 dark monster, and then one card from your opponent's hand goes to the bottom of their deck. So it can snipe cards as well, so he's really good. He's 3000 beta, and you have to run 3 because you want to just get this guy on board. Next I run 3, Arima the Wicked Warden. So Arima is like terraforming when he's in the hand, so you can discard him and then search a Lair of Darkness, but you can also tribute 1 dark monster and draw 1 card when he's on the field. And if you tribute a monster that wasn't him, you can add 1 dark monster with 2000 or more defense from your deck to your hand. So instead of drawing. So you can either get a guaranteed search, or if you just want to get that draw, get the draw. Next is 3 Lilith of Lady of Lament. Now Lilith is awesome. So if she's normal summoned, her attack goes to 1000. And she has the quick effect to tribute 1 dark monster and reveal 3 normal traps from your deck, and your opponent randomly chooses 1 and it's set to the field. And then you shuffle the rest back into your deck. And the reason why this is good is because it's a quick effect. Yeah, you get your traps, but you can also just normal summon this, wait for your opponent's turn, and then you have a disruption with her. So it's really nice to have. Plus also searching traps. Next, I run 2 Dukeshade, the Sinister Shadow Lord. So this guy can be a kaiju, but you can also just tribute a bunch of monsters and get this guy to a really high beating attack. Say if you activate Scapegoat and you want to just have a really high attack point monster, you can just tribute all 4 Scapegoats and this thing will gain 2000 attack points. But you can tribute dark monsters to special summon this card from your hand, and then if this card is special summoned or normal summoned, you can target 1 level 5 or higher normal monster in your graveyard and add it to your... not normal monster, 1 level 5 or higher monster in your graveyard that's dark, and add it to your hand. But you cannot summon any other monsters but dark monsters for the rest of the turn. Next I run 2 Stygian Street Patrol. Now I want to cut this down to 1 and run the second Armageddon Knight, but I don't have a second Armageddon Knight. I wish I did, but so I run 2 Stygian, so if this card is in the graveyard, you can banish it and summon a fiend from your deck. The other effect doesn't really matter. When it destroys a monster by battle, it can inflict damage to your opponent equal to its original level times 100, so you don't ever do that. You use it for its banish effect to summon fiends. Next is 1 Blackwing Steam the Cloak. Now Blackwing Steam the Cloak can make tokens. You can do really good link plays with this card. Plus you get to tribute a dark monster, so when it's in the grave you tribute a monster on the field, and then you can special summon this card from the graveyard. And then obviously if you have Diabolos, you get to summon Diabolos, so that's instant pluses. So it's a really good card. You can only do that once per duel. And also when it leaves the field you get to summon a token, so you just make more links. So it helps with link. 1 Armageddon Knight, like I said, I wish I could run 2, but I don't have a second. So Armageddon Knight, when normal summoned, or when summoned, sends a dark monster from your deck to grave. So you just get Diabolos in grave, Destruder in grave, Blackwing in grave, Stygian in grave, just whatever you need. And the final monster is Destrudo, because easy level 7 play, well level 7 synchro, plus it special summons itself, so you can even use it for links and stuff, and it's just a great card. Now onto the spells. I run 3 Lair of Darkness, you kind of have to. It's the main card of the deck, really. So it makes all monsters in the field become darks, and once per turn, if you tribute a monster, you control. You can, to activate an effect, you contribute 1 monster to your opponent's field instead. So you can only do that once per turn, but it's disruption, so you can use Lilith to tribute an opponent's monster and stuff like that. And you can just do some really cool disruptions with this card. Also, if a card is tributed during a turn, whatever turn player's turn it is, they gain a token. And so, say if it's your turn, you gain a token if you tributed a card during the end phase. So that can make some defense, and it can also go into links. So just you need 3 Lair of Darkness. I run the 1 terraforming. We've got a Rima for searching Lair. You don't need as much. I get Lair enough, so 1 terraforming just ensures I always get it as well. I don't need to run any more. I don't really have room for more. I'd say at most run 2, but a Rima's fine enough. I run 2 Lair of Darkness. Since we run only dark monsters, I know we don't run mini monsters, but still helps. 2 Desires. This hasn't gone wrong for me yet. I still love Desires in most of my decks, since you just get that instant +2, and yeah, so Desires definitely. Then I run 2 Scapegoat. Now Scapegoat is a new add, and I'm really glad I did add it, because it just making those link plays just helps you do more combos and survive a bit longer, and sometimes even extend. So it's a really useful card. Also, you can use them for tribute fodder. And then I run 2 Mini-Guts. Now this is like one of my favourite things about how I build this deck, is this card can be a Kaiju and make an opponent's monster go to 0 attack, as well as you can also, if you want to just have 1 monster in your field and still get this off and do the damage, because if you have Diabolos in graveyard and you tribute your own monster, because you tributed a dark monster, Diabolos summons himself, so it's really easy to activate this card in this deck. 1 Monster Reborn, since Monster Reborn is just amazing, so you kind of want to run it. It can help bring back monsters you need, make more link plays, and also steal your opponent's graveyard and stuff, so I don't know why I'm explaining it, everyone knows that. 1 Foolish Burial, since Diabolos in grave, Destruidor in grave, Blackbeam Steam Cloak, and Stygian Street Patrol are all really good in grave. And 1 Dragon Shrine, since we can send Destruidor and Diabolos with it, so it's like a 2nd Foolish Burial. And onto the traps. 1 Full Force Virus, tribute a dark monster with 2000 or more defense, look at your opponent's hand, and all cards they control, and all cards they draw until the 3rd turn after this card's activation, and destroy all monsters with 1500 or less defense. Eradicator, the best trap, I'd say. You get to tribute a monster with 2500 or more attack, declare 1 type out of spell or trap, look at your opponent's hand, and all spell and traps they control, and also all spell and traps they draw, depending on what one you call, so the 3rd turn after this card activation, destroy those types. So you can really hurt people's decks with that. Then 2 Torrential for summon interruption. I actually love running this at 2. 1 Crush card, mainly because it's really easy to activate in this deck. You can normal summon Lilith, and then that's 1000 instead, and all the tokens are 1000 when you summon them off of Lair. And plus this can hurt your opponent sometimes. This is where you can run any other traps, like another Storing Mirror Force. I actually took out the 2nd Storing Mirror Force to run this, because this was more of a blast for the past, because I used to run this all the time back in the day, as it used to be, to me, like the best card ever. It used to get me out of situations, and I'm running it for a joke right now, and that's Karma Cut. I'm only running this because of a joke. I really liked Karma Cut back then, and I'm just running this because it's a normal trap that you can search for Lilith. And I'm more running it for the nostalgia. Just, you can run any trap you so wish. If anything, I'd say run Reckless Greed in this deck, because it's also a searchable pot of greed in a way. So, you can run anything in replacement to that. I run 1 Grinning Grave. I wanted more cards that contribute your opponent's monsters easily, using Lair, so Grinning Grave isn't great. It can be useful, like deck thinning and stuff, but you contribute 1 monster, with 3000 or less attack, and if your opponent destroys 1 card of their choice in their hand or deck, for every 500 attack that monster had, and the attributed monster had 2000 or more attack. Look all opponents' draws until the next third turn after this card activation and destroy all monsters among them. So the monsters bit is the bit that hurts, but also all monsters sent to the graveyard by this effect cannot activate their own effects the same turn. So any effects with the same name can't be activated either. So it does hurt. It's pretty good. I haven't gone wrong with it. One Bottomless for Summon Interruption, and the final card is one Storming, which I took out for the one Karma Cup because of having a joke. So that's what I ran instead, but I'm literally just running Karma Cup for the joke of it now. Also, you will need tokens for this deck because of Lair of Darkness, so you get 3 of the Torment tokens when buying the structure deck. Well, if you buy 3 of the structure deck, so you get the Torment tokens. But I also have all the sheep, just because you also will summon a lot of them, so tokens. Next to the extra deck, though, Arcanite. I run this because it's multi-destruction, just helps. One summon gains 2 counters, you can remove both counters to destroy 2 cards. One Black Rose, because it's Black Rose, and Black Rose can be really useful. I actually went against a Dark Magician player online just before I made this video, and he set up a really big back row, pretty solid Dark Magician, but I just Black Rosed and nuked the board. Odd Eyes can help, since in battle phase stopping monster effects, it can be useful. That's just for my Destrudo targets. Now for the rest of the extra deck, 3 Link Spider, since you run a lot of tokens, normal monsters go into Link Spiders just to help links. 1 Underclock, 1 Space Insulator, since it only requires monsters. 1 Proxy Dragon, because it only requires monsters, so easy to use the tokens. 1 Mrs. Radiant, thinking about taking this out for the Master Key Archfiend, since Master Key is a bit easier to summon, but still run well, you run Scapegoat, so you can still use this. 1 Binary Sorceress, since helps with just making link arrows. 1 Akashic to also get monsters to your hand, or just cards to your hand if you called the card right. Just useful, as well as it can bounce cards in the extra monster zone. 1 Trigate for its negate if you can pull it off. 1 Decode, because you can summon it. And 1 Firewall because of the scapegoats and stuff. And this is actually really good in this deck because you could just keep summoning stuff, and it's just really useful. So that's been my Darkest Diabolos deck profile. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please stick around for more of my content. I'm going to, like I said, try to upload weekly. If I'm busy though, I won't be uploading that week, so that's just, if I do miss videos, that is why. But I'm hoping I can get fully back into the swing of things. But if I do miss videos, that is why. Yeah, stick around for more videos. I have more videos on my channel, so if you want to go check those out, you can. I know I'm not exactly the most... I'm not like the best duelist out there, and I'm not the worst, I know that. But I hope some of my deck profiles can give you ideas and stuff. And I hope you guys are enjoying my content. We're on the verge, well, we're going pretty close to getting to 200 already, which is really surprising, since we only hit 100 subscribers about 2 months ago. And so, to the fact that we've got 60 in the space of 2 months, where it took me an entire year to get 100, or well, even longer than that, is just absolutely amazing, and thank you to all of you that are sticking around. But yeah, I hope to see you guys in the next video, and hopefully I can keep the schedule up. See ya.